I can't believe you made this stupid mistake. Are you dumb? You can't figure this out? Come on, man. What's up, everybody? My name is Karthik Ramaswamy and I'm the Chief Operations Officer for UZ Marketing. We are a company that has built a $10 million a year business in just 5 years from negative $250,000 in debt. And my goal with these videos is to share our experience and knowledge that we have learned over the years to build our business and share it with you, so you may learn some things or two from our experience and not have to make the same mistakes as we made. So if you guys get value from this video, please leave a like and comment and subscribe to this channel. A like would be super appreciated. It would take less than a millisecond of your time. So if you could give us that would be awesome. If not, then let's get into it. One of the things you're going to want to focus on in your business is to ensure you're always talking about situations and issues and systems and never talk about the people. Because when you talk about a person and you talk about their personality, you are attacking them. And when you attack a person, their defense is going to rise and you're not going to have a good situation on your hands. Because when somebody gets defensive, then it's just bad for everybody, because you can't get your point across and the person is not receptive to criticism and the person just immediately shuts down, and you know what they start thinking? Man, I'm not getting paid enough for this. I don't like this job anymore. This is a dead-end job. Like, I have no growth here. He doesn't appreciate me, or she doesn't appreciate me. Things like that will result from talking about people rather than situations. So when an employee or one of your subordinates or somebody in the organization makes a mistake, then you look at the situation for what it is and you start talking about the system. You always make sure to look at how the mistake happened, and you never talk about the person that made the mistake as being less than or anything like that. So what you want to do is you're going to look at the situation, break it down, and walk through it with the person who made the mistake and backtrack. Go back through every step and look at it and start asking questions in a dynamic back and forth kind of way. So don't tell them what the mistake is. Ask them how they figured that it is a mistake. What you're doing in that case is you're using the Socratic method. Socrates, the great philosopher from back in the day, he has this teaching method where he asks questions to teach the students. He doesn't teach the student, he asks questions and the student figures out the answer for themselves. So let's give an example. So in a scenario, hypothetical scenario, there is a circumstance where an order gets messed up. Okay, so what do you think happened to this order? Well, it looks like it was shipped to the wrong address. How do you think it was shipped to the wrong address? Well, it looks like the shipping address was put in wrong. How did the shipping address get put in wrong? Well, it looks like, I guess I didn't ask for the apartment number. Okay, so what do you think we could do to fix it in the future? Well, I think I can ask for apartment number. So what happens when it's not an apartment? Well, maybe I can look it up on Google and see if it's an apartment complex. And if it is, then I ask for apartment, or I ask them on the phone, is this an apartment or is it a house? So that scenario right there is just a hypothetical scenario, and what I just explained in that scenario is how to talk about the issue, how to solve the problem without talking about the person and without insinuating that the person made a mistake because they're unable to process the information correctly. Because nobody's going to know the business as well as a person that's leading the business, and especially the person who's owning the business or running the business. That person has the maximum amount of knowledge. So when you're running an organization with people that aren't running the business, then you have to be understanding that the person will make mistakes, and mistakes do happen. And what you do in that situation is you develop systems that will permanently solve that problem going forward. So how do you do that? Well, break it down to its absolute core level and identify where the issue is happening, and then permanently implement a change that will solve that problem in the future. So in this hypothetical example that I just shared with you, the permanent fix is one of the multiple things that I said, either asking if it's a house or apartment or looking it up on Google. And those are just things I thought up off the top of my head. It may not always be the most effective solution, because in our e-commerce platform, the most effective solution would be, in this instance, is to get an API with a shipping software provider that automatically detects if this is an address of a house or an apartment. And if it detects that it's an apartment, it should flag a notice on the screen that says, hey, this is an apartment complex, and that prompts the person on the phone to say, oh, okay, what's the apartment number or suite number? So that would be the most logical and systematic way of doing it, but not every business runs like that if it's not an e-commerce platform, and especially if it's not a shipping platform. So depends on the nature of your business, but the principle can be applied to almost anything. So don't forget, talk to your people about the issues and not about them. So if you got any value from this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and if you have feedback or suggestions on content that you would like to see in the future, leave that information down below, and we will see you on the next one. Take care.